In the leaked trailer from 2018 for Hogwarts Legacy, we've seen a fight between goblins carrying swords and spears. This reminds me of Goblin Rebellions from past centuries and gives me an idea which role goblins are going to play in Hogwarts Legacy. And that's what I want to discuss in this video. I'm Ben Snow, let's get started. Goblins lived alongside wizards for centuries, and their coexistence was never peaceful. Goblins have their own magic, they have their own language called gobbledygook, they control the wizarding economy, and they have their own laws and understanding of moral codes, which are quite different from wizards. And because of those differences, goblins and wizards could never really get along with each other. Throughout the history of the wizarding world, there have been violent uprisings where goblins have fought against discrimination and prejudice, which eventually led to the war between goblins and wizards. And it all began with an allegation by Ragnar I that Godric Gryffindor stole his sword, which started a long-lasting conflict between wizards and goblins and led to Goblin Rebellions. These rebellions were most prevalent in the 17th and 18th centuries after the Ministry of Magic's decree of 1631 preventing magical beings other than wizards from carrying a wand. One rebellion actually took place in the vicinity of Hogsmeade, and apparently the Three Broomsticks was used as headquarters for their rebellion. Their rebellions have been described as bloody and vicious. Even today, goblins are still considered subservient in the minds of most wizards. And according to the Daily Prophet, even today there are subversive goblin groups who work in secret against the ministry. Okay, so this information kinda sets the tone of goblin representation in Hogwarts Legacy and gives an idea how tense the relationship between goblins and wizards was during the late 1800s, considering that the rebellions were pretty recent. Now here's the question, which role goblins are going to play in Hogwarts Legacy? Of course, goblins are going to be present in the game, but I don't think that we are only going to encounter them at Gringotts or in the Ministry. I believe history is going to repeat itself, and we are going to see Goblin Rebellions in Hogwarts Legacy. And I have two good reasons to believe that. First, it's the fact that in the leaked trailer, we saw a fight between our character and goblins carrying swords and spears. Also, we saw one goblin pinned to a wall with an axe. That's already a big deal. Because we never see goblins fighting. They were always just kind of chill, like counting coins in Gringotts. But here they're fighting with swords. To me, that looks like a rebellion group. And another reason is the fact itself that they were fighting. Let me explain. See, I don't think that those were just paid off goblins fighting on the side of some villain wizard. Because goblins don't care about wizards. They don't care who's the villain, who's the most powerful wizard. They don't care about what's going on with wizards whatsoever. They only care about goblins, they only care about their interests. Even during Harry Potter, they didn't give a damn about Voldemort. They didn't care about the whole war. To them, it was just wizards killing wizards. And to them, it was just like, okay, sure, whatever, keep killing each other. Just less wizards for us then. You know, and like, even in Deathly Hallows, when Griphook betrayed the trio, he didn't do it for Voldemort. He didn't do it so the Order of the Phoenix loses. He did it because it was personal to him as a goblin. He did it because of the goblin principle. Because according to goblins, the creator of any object holds the ultimate ownership of his creation. When a person buys the object, after his death, the object must return to its original creator. And so, with that betrayal, goblins showed their true face. They're never on anyone's side. They don't care about wizards. They're on the side of goblins, always. And so, that's why I believe that those goblins from the leaked trailer weren't fighting for a wizard. They weren't paid off. They were fighting because it was a personal matter. They wanted to fight. And this is exactly why I believe that we are going to see Goblin Rebellions in Hogwarts Legacy. It looks like there will be clashes between goblins and wizards at some point in the storyline of the game. Like perhaps one of the scenarios could be that maybe there was a group of wizards who were oppressing goblins, and goblins decided to fight back, and then there were these rebellious groups, right? There was a group of goblins who wanted to actually kill those wizards. And so maybe once we get involved in the conflict with wizards and goblins, maybe we'll be presented with a choice. On one hand, we can take the side of the wizards and just keep fighting goblins and push them down. Or instead, we could be on the side of the goblins and try to prevent the violence, prevent the bloodshed, and try to solve the issue diplomatically. So we will kind of be like Hermione, like standing up for the rights of the elves, but for goblins. So, I mean, it's not like just possible. It's just, again, it's because we see those goblins in the leak trailer and they're fighting there. And also, the war was pretty recent. And back then, in late 1800s, I'm pretty sure a lot of goblins were pissed. Maybe part of the reason of the conflict could be the fact that Gringotts was given to the goblins. Since mid-1800s, Gringotts was run by goblins. And so maybe that pissed off some wizards, or maybe some goblins thought that that's not enough and they need more. They need also carrying wands, and they need to run the ministry too. And that's why they wanted to continue pushing, you know, and there you go. There was a conflict. But regardless, I'm pretty sure we won't see these calm, grumpy-looking goblins sitting behind the desk in Gringotts. Instead, in Hogwarts Legacy, they're going to be active. Very active. Honestly, to me, it sounds like a lot of fun. When reading about Forgotten War of the Goblins, I always wanted to see that visualized in a movie or a video game, and it looks like in Hogwarts Legacy, we will get pretty close to that. What do you think about those goblins from the leaked trailer? What do you think that battle was about? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, you guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like if you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on my future videos. Thank you. Have a good one.